Hello, beautiful family. How are you doing? Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. So, my correalistic people, today is today, and this our Africa brother is on a high vibes. Yes, so and he have a lot to tell us. I want you to pay attention to every word that he proceed out of his mouth. You might agree with him, or you may disagree with him, but in all, the truth got to be told. So listen to him and drop your opinion in the comment section, and I will be right back.
Very active in when it came to something like Unite Africa. Let's unite Africa. They are very active. They are number one in the whole Africa. Trust me. Nigeria is number one in the whole Africa. They are used when it came to unite Africa. They are very active. It's not a joke. Wallah, it's not a joke. This is something that is a fact. I say this in Nigerians, Ghanaians, Sierra Leone, Uganda, Kenya, Mozambique, Sudan, Zimbabwe, Malawi. Trust me. But when it came to active in liberation, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, go to Gambia, they are very lazy. Congo, they are very lazy in coming in the United of Africa. The fact, that's what I'm saying. The African countries that I see, they are very lazy when it came to act or to come together as African wonder. Trust me. But Nigeria, I see Nigeria as the number one active country that if you want people, if you want to do liberation in Africa, or you want to act for Africa, to bring Africa together as one, you need people to support you. Go to Nigeria, you will have millions of people who will stand behind you and be with you in the journey. Trust me. Every freedom fighter knows this. If you don't believe me, go and ask every freedom fighter, Bobi Wine in Uganda, go and ask him who is his best supporters when it came to African unity. Go and ask Julius Malema who is his best supporters. Which country have his best most population supporters? He will tell you Nigeria. If you ask Bobi Wine in Uganda, he will tell you Nigeria. If you ask HAPPPEN, I will tell you Nigeria. This is why when people say Nigerian youths are very criminals, this or that, I go against them. Why? Because you see, Nigerians have a talent that Americans and Europeans turn it to criminalism. African talent. When African people have a talent, Americans, white people turn it as a criminal act. But when their children have talent, they call it talent. But when African people have talent, they call it criminalism. But if you go to Nigeria, they are very talented when it came to technology, information, IT, information technology. When it came to technological things, computers. Nigerians are very talented. This is why Yahoo is based in Nigeria. The root of Yahoo is in Nigeria. They said Yahoo is not good. Many people are against Yahoo boys. I am the pandemic who said I am in support of what Yahoo peoples are doing. Because Yahoo boys, they steal from white peoples, Americans, Europeans. I love it when they steal from them because they are not stealing from them, but they are returning what they have stolen from Africa. This is why I'm in support of Yahoo boys in Nigeria. Come on. You know, I don't have the power to do what Yahoo boys are doing. If I have it, I will build a company in Gambia. Yahoo company in Gambia. I will build it and give them computers. Let them do the business. Because it's to return what they have stolen from Africa. Come on, my brothers and sisters. When Host Poppy was arrested in Dubai, I was very sad. People are blaming him. Oh, why did he do this? Why did he do this? The only mistake that Host Poppy made was when Host Poppy have all this money and still sit in Dubai. Why don't you return to Africa with all these currencies and go and spend it there, build big houses? Even if they harass you, those houses they can't arrest. Those houses will still remain African development. This is how you have to behave when you are a Yahoo boy. When you are Mr. Press or Mrs. Press. If you know you can do press, you are very good in press. My brother, press. If your government want to arrest you, run and go to Gambia. I will give you a house in Gambia where you will stay. Trust me. Yahoo boy, your government want to arrest you because you are a Yahoo boy, because you come from Americans or Europeans. Came to Gambia and call me. I, Pandemic, I will give you a house for free in Gambia. You will stay. You will be safe. Nobody will touch you there. That's my country. I tell you. Because when Americans have been stolen from us, who arrest them? When Europeans have been stolen from Africa, who arrest them? When you, the African leaders, are there foolishly licking the ass of white leaders, and you think people like me will also be licking the ass of white people. Come on, get out. You are not making sense. Why are you arresting your own intelligent people? People who you should make big company and leave them there. Yahoo boys should be given a company. In Africa, we call it African Yahoo Company. I'm telling you, Yahoo boys should be given a company in Africa. We call it African Yahoo Company. That all of them will be pressing. Anybody who know how to press, you go there. Press. Steal from Europeans. We build African big bank and save all the money there. Every money that this Yahoo people stolen from Europeans and Americans, we put them in this African bank. Then we are now developing. We are returning back what they have stolen from us. In this way, we are going to develop. If I'm a leader in Africa and you call me, oh, your country peoples, your country youths are Yahoo people, they are coming from my country, and I want you to help me to capture them, I will tell you, you are foolish. Even if you are Joe Biden, I will tell you, Joe Biden, you are foolish. What your parents have stolen from me, do you forget about that one? Then if my people stole from you, my friend, don't come to my country and don't call me about this again. This is what Mohamed Buhari should be doing. I talk Mohamed Buhari name, I don't want to talk it. Because a leader who is useless, Buhari, boo-boo. Boo-boo. You know, when Mohamed Buhari decided to seize every old currency in Nigeria and didn't even have, the bank have been collecting old note and the bank don't have new note. This is happening in Nigeria. Nigeria is now like no currency, a country without no currency. And the same currency that was made for Nigeria, for Nigerian people to use right now, that was the same color and the same images was made for Gambia. And that was causing another problem of Gambian money. That money was constructed by China to take a benefit from Nigerian currency and Gambian currency. Because that's how our leaders are. They are foolish when China was fooling them. Trust me, Nigeria is now like no money. When Mohamed Buhari is sitting, Nigeria, this message is going to my fellow Nigerian brothers and sisters. Listen to me very well. Election is at the corner. You are trying to make a change. I made a live before to talk about this little bit to Nigeria, my fellow Nigerians. Election is already here. Be very careful. Be very wise who you choose. I see only 3 people in Nigeria. Mohamed Buhari, Peter Obi, and those old fools. I don't count them. Those old fools, I don't count them. Who will vote for those people? If Nigeria vote for those people, then anything happen in Nigeria, then you people are the cause. Come on. But Nigeria, most of the Nigerian youths, I see them there in support of Peter Obi. Okay. Peter Obi is a man who I see in little bit justice with him. But I see a power of injustice with him also. That is truth. I don't lie. If you are Peter Obi support, I'm sorry, but the truth is what I say, whatever I see in people's. Listen very carefully. Peter Obi is a politician. And anybody who is politician, I don't trust you being an African president. You know why? Because in your political career, whatever you are spending was given to you by white men. When I saw Peter Obi doing a campaign, 2 white men were following him in Nigeria. Where are those white men came from? What are those white men doing with Peter Obi? Nigerians, this should be your thinking capacity. When I saw Peter Obi working in Nigeria, in some place I don't know, I watched the video, he was working with 2 white men. And Nigerians are still supporting him on that. No problem, support him, but ask him what is he doing with those 2 white men. I will not give hire to a politician who is already working with white men. You are my enemy if you are working with my enemies. Then I will see you as the enemy of Africa. You cannot liberate nothing. You are just talking. When you get there, you will still be like Mohamed Buhari. Maybe you will be even worse than Mohamed Buhari. Trust me, Nigerians. What I want is, I want to see somebody in Nigeria like Julius Malema, who we can choose as a president for Nigeria. Trust me. But not politician. I don't have it in mind for politician to become a president in Nigeria. Because any politician who become a president in any country, politicians are businessmen. They use the country as a company. They use the youth of the country as their security guard in their company. Politicians are always businessmen. That's why they say politics is a game. Politics is a game. Politics is dirty. This is what they always say. But in African politics is like a business. Politicians will already decide in his political career to spend 1 million. When he spend 1 million, okay. When he become the president, he expect to have 1 billion. When he spent 1 billion in his political career, that's what I'm telling you, African politician behavior. When he spent 1 billion in his political career, when he become president, he expect to steal from your budget 1 trillion. Trust me. This is why I don't support now. Because when you see African politicians, Nigerians, listen to me very well. If Peter Obi have a company, all the money that Peter Obi was spending, that company cannot provide that money. All the money he have been spending in his political career. When I saw Peter Obi walking with two white men in Nigeria, I said, okay, correct. These are the peoples, whatever country these were two white men came from, that is the country that is sponsoring Peter Obi in his political career. And when he become president, he will become slave to that country. And that country will be the one to decide what will happen in Nigeria and what will not happen. Come on, Peter Obi will not be able to do nothing because he have eaten his bride. He have swallowed his bride. He have swallowed his innocence. You know, I don't just see people and I don't hate nobody. But the truth about people is that what I say, I don't hate Peter Obi. And I saw many Nigerians use shouting Peter Obi, 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 Obi. It's not a problem. But think. When I saw Peter Obi in a video, two white men, I'm so many of you have watched that video. Many of you the Nigerians. Two white men following him and many Nigerian youths are following him. Obi, Obi, Obi. But you couldn't ask him, Obi, what are these two white men, two of our enemies, doing with you? You couldn't ask him that question. And it's your right to ask him that question because he wants to become your president. He wants you to choose him to become the president. You want to come and rule me, but you are coming to rule me with my enemy. You expect me to help you to rule me? Ask yourself this question, Nigerians. We have to be wise in some ways. Please. I don't hate Peter Obi, but what I see in his action, be very careful. I tell you, when Peter Obi become the president of Nigeria, in 2026, Nigerians, let me hear you crying. Because I will hear you crying in the hand of Peter Obi in 2026. Trust me. No matter what, nothing will add. You know what will add? The sufferation of Nigeria will add. My brothers and sisters, I feel the pain that Nigerians are passing through. I feel the sufferation that Nigerians are passing through. Come on, when I saw Nigerian poor peoples, when I see the children of Nigeria who their parents cannot even take care of them, walking, roaming on the street, begging people for money to even eat is a problem. How do you expect the children like that who don't have even money to eat and still begging people, roaming in that hunger? How do you expect them to get energy when they grow up? How do you want them to be educated? How do you expect those kind of children to become educated? Even if they have knowledge, they can't express it because their parents are poor, they are poor. They don't have solution for their future. I feel the pain in Nigeria. I feel the sufferation that Nigerians are facing. I feel their pain. But the fact is, there is no politician right now who could change the regime change that Nigeria is asking for. The regime change that Nigeria needs someone who will never work with any white man country, who will try to use Nigerian natural resources and construct Nigeria and build Nigeria from the ground to up. Nigeria needs that person. Nigeria don't need somebody who will be there to talk about himself, how we become this, how we become that. Nigeria don't need that. Nigeria don't need a storyteller. Nigeria needs somebody who will keep quiet and work for Nigerians. Nigeria needs somebody who will sacrifice and give his life to Nigeria and forget about his own future. Trust me. It's a very big country with very big population. It doesn't need too much talk. Nigeria is a country that is very big, with many natural resources, but with many more population. So Nigeria needs someone who will sit and give his life to Nigeria and say, look, Nigeria, I want to die for Nigeria. I want to make sure that this country stands on its feet. And when that happens, when Nigeria stands on its feet, the whole Africa will stand on its feet. The whole Africa. I will not even talk about the West Africa. Do you know why all these white men countries, America, UK, Europeans, they are trying to make sure that criminalism stay in Nigeria like Boko Haram and other peoples to stay in Nigeria, to demolish Nigeria to the last level? Because they know when Nigeria stand on its feet, then the whole Africa will stand. In this way, they will never want to see Nigeria stand on its feet. Because Nigeria is the academic pillar of the whole Africa. Come on. Do you know what Nigeria have? Maybe there are even millions of Nigerians who don't even know what Nigeria have. When you say this, so many people will say, no, Nigeria is nothing, Nigeria is nothing. Come on, we are not talking about people in numbers. We are talking about what that country had. We are talking about what that country have done before for Africa. Do you know what in 1950s, do you know, let's talk about even 70s, what Nigerian soldiers have done for Africa. Every country that get themselves today, they in the help of Nigeria. Every country in Africa that get themselves today in the help of Nigeria. Even South Africa, who was chasing Nigerians, I told them, I made a video about South Africa, I told them, the time that you South Africans were crying for freedom, Nigeria was the one dying for you peoples. So every country, when you talk about this, people say, no, Nigeria is nothing, don't talk about it. But you don't know what Nigeria have done for Africa. Not for themselves, but for Africa. Nigeria have been sacrificed for Africa. Nigeria have become the mother and the father of Africa. They were sacrificing for every country to get on its feet. Go and ask people who know the story much. They will tell you. I swear to God. In this way, I try to base my eyes on Nigeria so much, whatever is going there. I feel the pain that they are feeling right now. I feel pity for the people's, youngest peoples in Nigeria. The future of Nigeria. The future of Nigeria depends on the African hand, not only Nigerians, but in our hands. We the African youths. The future of Nigeria, when it collapsed to the ground, they know that the future of Africa is going to the ground. Every freedom fighter, go and ask them, they will tell you this. Because if you know the meaning of revolution and freedom, then you will know the meaning of Nigeria. Trust me. When you know the meaning of revolution and freedom, you will know the meaning of Nigeria, that country. Because when you go into history of liberation, freedom, you meet Nigeria down there. The pillar. Right? That's why every freedom fighter is looking up to Nigeria. Ask yourself this question. Why every freedom fighter is facing Nigeria that much? Why? Ask yourself that question. There is something behind it. If you are not a revolutionary, you couldn't find it. No matter how you look into Nigeria, you couldn't find it. You can. But that country is being demolished by the devil who is there and being used by the African enemy to destroy that country because they know what that country contains in Africa. That country called Nigeria contains the heart of Africa. When it is destroyed, then we are dead. Africa is dead. Trust me, when Nigeria is dead, then come on. If I get your heart in my heart and if I'm dead, then how will your heart function? If I get your heart. Then Nigeria get the heart of Africa. When Nigeria is dead, we are gone. Trust me, whoever tell you this is not lying to you. It's not supporting Nigeria just in vain. No. I am not the only one to talk about this. I am not the first person who talk about this. We both talk it in different direction. Go and check. There are many freedom fighters who talk about Nigeria like this, but we both talk in different directions. Go and see what is there. If you are not a revolutionary, you are not a freedom fighter, you couldn't understand what people are saying about that country. That country, they are trying to do everything to make sure that that country is destroyed. This is why I said Peter Obi is not the best man for me. For HAPPPEN, I said, I don't trust Peter Obi. And in 2016, when Peter Obi became the president this year, trust me, in 2016, you the Nigerians will make a demonstration. You cannot even go out and speak out. You will not have even voice to speak out because there will be what? No democracy to speak. I tell you this. Don't think I hate Peter Obi, but I know him. I never met him, but I know who he is, and I know what he will do. You know, when you want to judge somebody, don't judge someone by the look. Don't judge someone by the way he speaks only. Judge him in two ways. How he speaks, his words, calculate his words, what he is saying. And come and see his present behavior, if they are the same. If his words are good, he speaks good words. And his behavior in his present behavior and the past behavior are all the same, are similar to his words, what he was speaking, then call him the real man. But you see Peter Obi sit here and speak. You see revolution in his voice. You see freedom in his voice. But in his behavior, what do you see? A man who is going there for business. Not going there to build that country, but going there for business. Come on, if I have a company, I want to rule that company. And if I get that company, I want to sell it to UK. Then I will want UK people to support me to get that company. And UK will give me people who will support me to get that company. Because when I get it, I will sell it to UK. That is what Peter Obi is running. Don't fast judge my words. Peter Obi was supported by UK. Come on, those two white men who are behind Peter Obi, they are from UK. They are supporting Peter Obi because when Peter Obi get Nigeria, to sell Nigeria to UK directly or America. My brothers and sisters, it's difficult to understand what I am saying. But if you understand, you will know that I don't hate Peter Obi, but I hate somebody to come to Nigeria again and mislead Nigeria and disrupt Nigeria like Muhammad Buhari. I don't want to see it again. That country have suffered enough to have somebody again who will come and do rubbish in Nigeria like Muhammad Buhari. That will not happen. Nigeria don't need somebody fool like Muhammad Buhari. Nigeria don't need somebody again idiot like Muhammad Buhari. Nigeria don't need stupid person like Muhammad Buhari, a fool at 40, 54 years old man. You couldn't get sense. Now you are even going to 58 or 59 years old man. You can't get sense. A man who can't even walk well, you want to rule that country. Nigeria needs someone who will be ready to sacrifice. Ask Peter Obi this question. Is Peter Obi ready to sacrifice his life for Nigerians? When you ask him right now, he will say, of course I'm ready to sacrifice for Nigeria, but that is not in the heart, it's in the mouth. Politicians are businessmen. They business the country as a company and run it and sell it to white peoples, our enemies. And that's what Peter Obi is going to do to Nigeria. I'm swear to the Holy Quran. There will be a time, my video, you will come back to watch this video again to say what Panimaka have been saying in his video is true. Look what Peter Obi have done to us. He disappoints us. We never think Peter Obi will be like this. But you have already seen it in his action when he is Nigeria asking for presidency and still working with two of your enemies. That's called white men. Two of the white men. What is Peter Obi doing with those white men? If Peter Obi is ready to change the regime of Nigeria, if Peter Obi want to give that regime change that Nigeria is asking for, what is he doing with those peoples? Those two white men. White man will not leave his country and go to Nigeria to patrol with Peter Obi in this dangerous time in Nigeria to sacrifice their life for no reason. Because they want, when Peter Obi become the president, those two white men, the country they came from, that country is going to command Peter Obi. Whatever they say, that's what is going to happen in Nigeria, not what Peter Obi says. My brothers and sisters, please, let's be very careful. Peter Obi is not somebody who could stand for Nigeria. Peter Obi is not somebody that could give Nigeria the regime change that Nigeria needs right now. That's way. And those two old fools, I'm not even looking at them. Politicians, forget about them. Nigeria, bring up one youth who is going to sacrifice his life, who you believe in, a liberation fighter. I want to see a revolutionary in Nigeria like Julius Malema to become the president of Nigeria. Those are the kind of people who will never work with white, who will take the country natural resources and build his country, who will be ready to die for his peoples. Not politicians. Politicians are not ready to die for you. They are just businessmen. They want to use your natural resources and use your country to sell it and make big money and build their children's future. They are businessmen. They will never die for you. They will never want to die. Do you think Peter Obi is ready to die for you? Is that what you are thinking? That Peter Obi will die for you? When it is hot, Peter Obi will fly and go and leave you there to die. My brothers and sisters, he's never ready to die for you. A man who is ready to die for you. Do you know that kind of man? Do you know why when a politician, when the president want to lock him up, the present president, when he want to lock him up, the politician will be ready to be locked up. He will need more funds. Because politicians, they think like this: when you are locked up by the present president, then you get more funds and become the president. This is why you want to be locked up. When I was supporting Mercy Nnamdi Kanu, I saw people, many Nigerians say, Mercy Nnamdi Kanu is criminal, Mercy Nnamdi Kanu is that, Mercy Nnamdi Kanu is this, why are you supporting Biafra? My brothers and sisters, I tell you this, that you can't tell Pandemika who to support and who not to support. I see people in their behavior and I judge them into accordance. When they are connected to me, I support them. I don't know if you know, when they are strictful for me, when they are serious in the truth way, I support them. There are many people talking about them. Somebody even sent me a message. And I asked this person said, look, Panamaika, I love you, but you are supporting Mercy Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't want you to support Mercy Nnamdi Kanu because you are supporting criminalism. If you are supporting the United Nations of Africa and you want Africa to be united, but you are supporting somebody who is trying to separate Nigeria. Good. They don't understand what is called separation and what is called teaching of lesson. There are two things in separation. We have a separation that is separately totally. We have some separation that is called teaching of lesson. And that's what I see, what Mercy Nnamdi Kanu want to do. It's called teaching of lesson. It's not a separation. Do you know right now how Nigeria is? Since Mohamed Buhari is not ready to calm down, nobody can bring him down. Nobody can do nothing. Nobody can talk to him. If you apart yourself from him, and he will get sense, he will say, look, this other one is gone. Another people also can do it also. So I need to be careful. It will change. It is called radical change. Okay? I don't support anybody killing innocent peoples. But if you are a revolutionary, think very well. I am not the only one who will say this. And I am not the first one to say this. So if I said it, let it not be a problem to anyone. As a revolutionary, a real revolutionary, there will be a time. The time will ask for killing. And when time asks for this, that's what you have to do to get that justice for your peoples. So many people will call you criminal. Some people will call you a murderer because the revolution has been asking for this. And that's why you do it to get that revolution right. Every freedom fighter, there will be a time you will need it to do this. Trust me. Every freedom fighter is never, any freedom fighter who tell you that I'm afraid to kill somebody, then it's not a freedom fighter. Any freedom fighter who tell you that I am not ready to kill anyone, then he is not ready for freedom. Tell him, Pandemaka said you are not ready for freedom. A freedom fighter is ready to do anything due to what freedom is asking for. When the revolutionary is going, there will be a time the revolution will ask for only peace. Then you have to go in peace. There will be a time the revolution will ask for calm. You will be calm and lay low. There will be a time the revolution will ask for action, kill. You will do it, my brothers and sisters, if you are a real revolutionary. Trust me. Trust me. You know who you have to murder or who you have to send to hell? When you are a freedom fighter, those who are supporting the devil that is destroying the country. And you as a revolutionary, you want to stand for the revolution, but they are blocking your way. You go in peace. You go in calm. You couldn't get away. What is it asking for? It is asking for action. And that action, every man will do it. Every man. Why are you the Nigerians today shouting, jumping, burning banks? Because that's what it asks for. I saw Nigerians burning access bank in Nigeria. That's what it asks for. The freedom asks for action. That's why Nigerian youths wake up and took action and burn access bank to take action to clear the road. Because that's what the freedom asks for. Nigerian people have been asking for their money for a very long time. You take our old note, give us the new note. When the government refused to give you, the freedom was asking for action. And you, the Nigerian youths, wake up and act action. So always know this, that freedom also need this. Revolutionaries, they need this. Even I, Pandemaka, who is talking to you, if someone block my way and I try calm, no way. I try in peace, no way. Trust me, there will be another action that I will take. That's why when I said I will take action and I will start it in Gambia. Remember, those who were watching me from the starting, I said I will start action by chasing white people, but I will start it from the Gambia. That action, it needs action now. It doesn't need peace. It doesn't need calm. It needs action, right? That's why I say I will take action. But when I say first time action, many people were thinking like I will go there and disturb them, something like that. But there will be action more than that. So freedom, revolutionary, it needs some time. Violence. Violence is not good when you are violating on innocent peoples. Killing modern is not good when you are killing innocent peoples and modern innocent peoples. I never support it. Africans, even fighting against Africans, I don't support it. But there are some Africans who will be an obstacle to their own freedom. You will be fighting for their own freedom. They will be an obstacle. I don't know if you know that. There are Africans, you as an African man, you wake up to stand for Africa and fight for the freedom of Africa. There will be African who will be an obstacle on your way. So you need to send them away because they don't belong. They are devils in African form. So it needed sometimes. So somebody was sending me this message, like, Masin Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal. Masin Nnamdi Kanu is a murderer, was killing many people. I told this man, are you sure Masin Nnamdi Kanu was killing people? I asked him this question. Are you sure Masin Nnamdi Kanu was killing people in Nigeria? He said yes. I even have the video. I said, then send me the video where Masin Nnamdi Kanu was killing someone. I want to see it. The person sent me some video that I don't even know where he took that video from. I said, but this person who is killing here is not Masin Nnamdi Kanu. This look like Boko Haram. He said, it's not Martin Americano, but it's his people. I said, but you said you have a video that Martin Americano was killing somebody. Why can't you send me that video? Then at the end of the day, when I try to disturb him, he blocked me. You know, don't come to me and give me false information. I need always clear information. If you can't help me to build Africa, if you can't help me to fight for Africa, leave me. Don't mislead me. Don't mess up don't play with my intelligence. Right? As an African, you see me fighting for Africa. If you can't support me, you can't help me, please stay back. Watch me. Let me move. But don't distract me. Because by giving me false information, you are distracting my brain from somewhere to concentrate at your information, the information you are giving me. And when I concentrated at that information and it become fake, then it...
So, materialistic people, that bring us to the end of this update. Do what to like this video, share and subscribe. Thank you and bye-bye.